Foldable phones have been there for quite some time now, about 4-5 years since Samsung came up with the first foldable device which was available widely across the world. Now, the foldables from Samsung have maybe reached their 4th, 5th generation. So you have the Flip 5 and the Fold 5. The Samsung Galaxy Z Flip5 and the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold5. But since these phones are now more available, as in more approachable for people, a lot of people are considering whether their next upgrade should be a foldable device. And one question a lot of people have started asking me is, should I get the Flip or the Fold? And that is the question I think we will be answering this time. So this is Nandagopal Rajan and you are watching the Indian Express Tech Show. So the question that we had, should you get the Fold or the Flip? So let's start with the Flip. This is the Flip 5, now a much better device than the earlier versions of the Flip. But what is the Flip in the foldable universe? So you get a Flip when you want a phone which looks like a regular smartphone but has the convenience of being folded into something that can maybe very easily go into your jeans pocket, right? Earlier, when this form factor was there was the problem that how do you use the closed phone? It's not very usable. Samsung has solved that by adding a 3.5-inch screen now to the front. And a lot of stuff you would do on your open phone can now be done here. It is still a little bit limited, but there are enough apps and you can check a lot of things. And even better, even bigger is the fact that you can now use your best camera, which is the back camera on this device, to take a selfie. And you can just take a selfie by raising your hand and the phone recognizes that you want a selfie. So it's that easy, but it's not your front camera. The front cameras are usually a little bit underpowered or not that great. Here, the best camera of the phone is being used to take your selfie. And the other thing Samsung has done, and it's done it with both the devices now, is that now since it's been doing foldables and flips for quite some time, it's bettered the hinge. The hinge is the most crucial part of a foldable device, right? You have a display that is foldable and the display can be folded without breaking because you have a hinge technology. Now Samsung has really perfected the hinge technology. It calls it the flex hinge. The hinge now can shut it in almost such a way that there is no gap between the two sides. And this is the same for both the devices. You look at older devices and you will see there is a little bit of a sunlight coming in between these two. But Samsung now uses a teardrop kind of design, which means that the fold goes inside the hinge and the two sides close very well. So overall, the Flip 5 is now a much better device. It is much more portable. It is in fact 2 mm thinner than the earlier models. The same with the Fold. But it is also the most affordable foldable device you can buy at about say 80,000 rupees max for everything in this device. And it is a full-fledged smartphone with an extra screen. So who should then go to a Fold? So in the Fold, you have a smartphone, which is almost like a smartphone, but it's pretty thicker than you would expect and is also slightly thinner than your regular smartphone. But you are buying a Fold if you want this size to double and give you almost a tablet size. And again, look at what kind of uses you have. If you're somebody who is spending a lot of time on Excel sheets, if you're somebody who has to reply to long mails and has a lot of work that needs to be done on the move, then the Fold is for you. The Fold is a perfect device because it gives you a lot of things that you maybe had to carry a tablet for or even a laptop, and you can do a lot of those things here. And most of the times you don't even have to open it because the front screen is good enough for you to manage your regular smartphone stuff here. But when you open this, you have the advantage of using the larger screen and you have what is Samsung's Brahmastra, the S Pen, which is still unparalleled in the smartphone world. Nobody makes a stylus as good. Samsung has made the stylus of the S Pen a little bit thinner now, but it is still so damn good that You can do everything. You can create, you can write, you can correct, you can make annotations on websites, anything. It takes your game way ahead of what any other smartphone can give you from a creativity perspective, and that is why you would buy the Fold. So after this, I guess it's clear to you when you buy the Fold and when you buy the Flip. But there is one more thing that sort of helps you make this decision. The fact that the Fold maybe costs about 50,000 more than the Flip. So if you're thinking of entering the foldable world, maybe think about the Flip, and if you like it for some time, you then maybe jump to a Fold a couple of years later, and by then I'm sure the technology would have gotten better. One of the things I'm expecting the technology to make really good is the fact that the crease that you see now in the folded screen, or the unfolded screen I should say, of both the phones sort of starts going away, because the bending ability of glass or the display itself improves over time. It is a few years into the Fold and the Flip, but if you look at the phone like this, in many angles, you can still see a little bit of a dip in the screen where the Fold comes in. And when you're moving your fingers, you can actually feel it. So that is something that the companies that are entering this space, and I'm saying entering this space because this year you will see a lot of new companies come with their foldable devices, will have to work on. But till then, Samsung has the best foldables in the market, and it's giving you the choice based on your budget. Yes, the Flip is still expensive. It is a flagship smartphone cost, but it is maybe the best way to enter the foldable segment and really show off that you have arrived. So as we move away from the old format of reviews and try to get into what you want to know from us, please get in touch with us on Express Techie, our Twitter handle, or just mail us anywhere to tell us what you would like to hear from us. And we'll be back again next week or maybe soon with another review or another how-to or another insight into the world of tech.